Hey, what's up? This is Greg. Of course, I wanted to bring to you, to your attention, something that I'll be getting these questions all the time. Protein powder, what should I be doing in regards to my protein intake? Now, I've spoken with many of you already that first and foremost, you need to make sure your protein intake is up. If you are exercising, then you have to make sure that you're getting some sort of protein. Now, my personal preference is not necessarily getting your protein from a powder. I would much prefer that you get your protein sources from whole food sources. However, supplements are an absolute necessity or an absolute help when there are a couple of cases. We'll talk about those in just a moment. So let's blow your mind just one moment. Your first goal whenever you're doing any kind of like high intensity or any kind of high level activity, exercise is one of them. Make sure that you are taking in no less than 100 grams of protein. And some would say, of course, because it's going to vary, taller people need to be taking in a whole lot more, and bigger people need to be taking in a whole lot more. They tend to have more muscle as it is. Whether they've got a lot of body fat or not, there's a lot of muscle underneath that's carrying that as well. That's why big, stocky football players, whether they got a lot of fat, they also got a lot of muscle. Granted, they're working out, but that's another story. Anyway, protein. Take in anywhere from 100 grams higher or higher. It's going to be about no less than half a gram of protein per pound of body weight, and ideally it's going to be closer to about 3/4. So take your body weight divided by 4 times 3. That's a really good. High-level bodybuilders are going to be going anywhere from 1, maybe even 1.5 grams of protein. So that's what we're looking at per pound of body weight. So like a 150-pound person should probably be taking in no less than 100 grams of protein all the way up to, no less than, definitely no less than 100, but by that measure, about 112, all the way up to about 140 grams, somewhere right around there if my math serves me right. So where should your protein sources come from? They should come from beans, they should come from legumes, they should come from animal sources, they should come, any kind of animal sources, so dairy, your eggs, your animal and meats, all of those things. So those are going to be phenomenal sources of your protein. And those are great because they're what we call biologically complete when they come from an animal source. And that just means that they've got all the amino acids that we need to make. In fact, that's really what we're concerned about. Protein in itself, and we'll talk about this in just a moment, protein in itself is not necessarily inherently good. We want to make sure we're taking in the amino acids that we need in order to make it. All right, so picture it like this. Say we've got a bead of necklaces or like a string of one necklace. It's got like 20 different red beads, and it's got like 20 different green beads, and it's got 10 blue beads. So we've got red, green, and blue. Let's say we want to make like 3 bracelets, and we want 3 bracelets of 5 beads of all of them. So 5 red, 5 green, 5 blue. That's our bracelets. We're going to do 3 of those, right? Well, that's going to need 15 reds, 15 greens, but 15 blues, and we don't have all the blues that we need. We've only got 10, right, from our necklace. So we got to get those beads from somewhere else. So we're going to go to the store, we're going to pick them up. That's kind of what we're looking for here. That would be incomplete, if you will. So we have to make sure that we're getting another necklace or another bracelet that has the 5 beads. We're buying those beads somewhere else. That's kind of what we're looking for here. We've got anywhere from 19 to 20 different amino acids, and a bunch of those, almost half of them are essential, or a little over half of them are essential, which means your body cannot make them. So you have to get it from your food sources. So biologically complete is absolutely necessary. And anything comes from an animal protein is biologically complete. But you can pair your proteins together so that you are going for, let's say, like, for example, beans and whole grains work well together. When you take a whole grain with the beans, like a whole grain burrito with black beans, perfect. Now you've got complete protein. So you're taking in all the amino acids that you absolutely need in order to help build up muscle, right? Now, of course, it takes a different kind of prescription to build a bridge. It takes a different blueprint to build a bridge as opposed to building a car, right? Or build a bridge and a sidewalk. That's even better because you're going to need cement for both, but you're going to need a couple different things. You're going to need inherently more beams and more other things, stabilizers and such in the bridge. So it's more complicated. So we want to make sure that we're taking in protein from various sources. I say that because our hair is made up of protein, our nails made up of protein, our muscles made up of protein. All of it's made up of different instructions, if you will, different blueprints. So very, very important. And what we're concerned about is, of course, building muscle. Right? So get your protein sources from any kind of animal sources. Beans, legumes, nuts, whole grains are a good source. Spinach and some other sources out there. Phenomenal. Quinoa is a phenomenal one because it's a complete plant-based protein. So very, very cool. Now, your supplements, should you be taking protein powder? This is what it all comes down to. This is why you're checking it out, right? You should be taking protein powder only if you cannot get your protein intake up. For example, teachers and nurses, they tend to get restricted on the number of meals that they can do, that they can have throughout the day. And ideally, we want to be working on about 4 to 6 meals a day, right? So maybe a liquid supplement is going to be optional for them because while they cannot keep food with them, they can usually keep a drink with them. So liquid calories are going to be one of the few times that's a really, really good source. Protein. Phenomenal source. You want to make sure that you're taking in a good 30 grams of protein in your breakfast. You want to be making sure you're taking about 20 grams of protein at every successive meal. You want to make sure that you're hitting your protein requirements overall. You want to make sure that you're taking anywhere from no less than 20 and ideally 30 to about 40 grams of protein right after your workout. Now you could get from those whole food sources, eat some chicken right afterwards, or take a big glass of milk, or what have you. Or you can go the supplement route if that's what you need. And this is one of the few supplements that I do firmly believe in is a protein supplement. We've got a bunch of J-Robs at the top, or at the studio. We've got some other protein supplements that we're a fan of. This is ProGrade. It's actually a ProGrade workout. It's protein designed to be taken right around your workout. So it's not just a protein shake. It's got extra amino acids. It's got a couple extra things in it. It's going to help with joint inflammation. It's going to help with a delayed onset muscle soreness, a pain factor, etc. So a workout shake, that's kind of the difference between a workout shake and your protein shake. All right, so it's just got a little bit extra. It's designed to be taken just around your workouts because of that extra stuff. Now you're looking for, again, 20 to 40 grams of protein, ideally 30 to 40 grams of protein to boost up your metabolism. Very, very important. So you take this, your protein, very, very important. You're looking for something that is going to get digested very, very quickly. In my opinion, this is the overall opinion of the entire industry, whey protein is the best source of protein. Now, not all proteins are considered equal. Some of those proteins, like those sold at like Walmart, not to knock them down, but they're cheaper proteins. You get what you pay for. And you want something that's biologically complete, is microprocessed, microfiltered, so that means that it is very easily digestible, and it means your muscles will recover faster. And that's our primary focus. If you're still sore after you're taking protein, you need to do one of two things. Get a better quality protein that's going to get in your system quicker, and two, you need to be taking in more protein. So very, very important that you're getting your protein in, getting it in at every meal. Protein, when you're working out, you need to be doing it. You're breaking your muscles down when we're working out, when you're staying active, so you've got to rebuild it back up with some sort of protein source. So ideally from whole foods, ideally from lots of nuts, legumes, and animal proteins such. But if not, then a protein powder may be right for you. Lastly, again, lots and lots of protein, 30 in the morning, 20 at each successive meal, and then finishing it all up with about 30 to 40 right around your workouts. And the research actually shows just before your workouts a touch more beneficial. You want to make sure that right around your workouts you're taking in a little bit of carbs. That's a little bonus for you. Very, very important what the research shows for you. So this is Greg with Lit Fitness. Share this video, click like right down there, pass this around, help me spread the knowledge of what kind of protein is absolutely important for you. But hopefully this clears up a whole bunch of confusion out there in regards to what protein I need and what's out there. So this is Greg with Lit Fitness. Check us out, getlitfit.com, or check us out, bluespringsbootcamps.com, thermogenicfatloss.com. Lots of cool stuff. Peace out.